What's happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with NeverState.com. My voice is absolutely shot from yelling, and I'm tired. Standing feels hard right now. But this past Saturday, a bunch of people from my gym competed in the East Coast Most Powerful Show at the Baltimore Convention Center at the Baltimore Fitness Expo, and everyone did an amazing job. I am so touched and so amazed at just how everyone conducted themselves. Every single person from my gym did an amazingly great job representing themselves well. They were good and encouraging to everybody. It was just, I can't say enough good things about what went on this weekend. I am just blown away. But like I said, I'm pretty tired. I was fortunate enough to win first place in the heavyweight category. For this contest, they actually combined the 265 weight class and the under 300 pound weight class. So that means everyone from the weight of 232 pounds all the way up to 300 pounds all competed against each other, and that was the weight class that I was in. So it's my first time ever competing in anywhere under 300. So it was really, really cool experience for me, and all the competitors that showed up were absolutely amazing. I think our class was probably 12 or 13 guys in total. And like I just showed you guys, I was lucky enough coming first, so I just thought I'd take this video, show you guys some of the footage from the event, and just talk about my feelings throughout. Man, I feel so amazing right now. I'm sorry for the low energy, but it's gonna be good. Let's get into these videos. All right, so event number one was the car deadlift, and I've done quite a few shows underneath this promoter. If there's one common vein between all of them, it's that when he says a car deadlift is going to be heavy, he is not joking. It is always heavy. So I honestly, since I was up in weight class for this, I was just hoping not to zero. I just wanted to be able to get one rep, which I didn't know if I'd be able to do. So I was going third in my class of people, my class of 12 or 13 guys. I was the third to go. So the first guy went and zeroed, second guy went and zeroed. I went and pulled two very, very slow, ugly reps, and that was absolutely all that I could manage. Now, if you guys have been watching some of my training in the past, I was able to deadlift my Jeep, but this car, even though it is a hybrid, it's not as big of a car, but since it's a hybrid, the battery is in the back, and apparently it has motors in the back, something, I don't know, it made it very, very heavy, right? So they added weight to it. I was the only person to pull even one rep. Literally every single other person that weighed more than 232 pounds and less than 300 pounds could not budge the thing. So since everyone else zeroed, what they ended up doing was giving me first place for that event, and then they dropped the weight and let everyone go again besides me to see who came in second, third, fourth, and all of that. And even that weight, I think most people zeroed. So it was extremely heavy, but I was so happy that I didn't need to go twice on it. But that did leave me with a first place finish for the car deadlift, and I could not have been more surprised or happy about it. Event number two was the Circus dumbbell, and you guys know how much I love Circus dumbbell, but this time it actually went pretty well for me. The weight wasn't terribly heavy. It was 180 pounds for as many reps as possible in 60 seconds, where you have to clean every single rep. And we're using the Mike Bartos Circus dumbbell, which is a little bit different of a shape than what we're used to using, because most people either use cylinders or the Slater kind of sphere dumbbell. But the Mike Bartos is a little bit different because of the spacing and things like that. The only other time that I've really touched it, I touched it one time at the Coliseum gym and literally did like one rep. And then I went to nationals and competed with it, and I think I may have gotten 4 or 5 reps there. So that's literally all I've ever touched this dumbbell. But 180 pounds really isn't that heavy, especially since I've been pushing the Circus dumbbell so hard for that last competition, going for the state record and all of that. So I felt pretty good about this one going in, and I was able to get 7 or 8 reps, which put me in first place for that event, and I was very, very happy about that as well. And to be completely honest, I was just happy to be done Circus dumbbell. I don't need to do it for nationals, so you guys will not be seeing any of that for a very long time. Event number 3 was a 300-pound stone of steel over a 52-inch bar for as many reps as possible in 60 seconds. Now, if it was a 300-pound normal stone where I could use tacky, I would be crushing this. 300 pounds is not heavy at all for a normal stone. Now, 300 pounds in the stone of steel is a much different animal, and the biggest thing is not the weight, it's just being able to hold on to it because of the texture of the stone. So I was using a tacky towel. I was literally trying to do anything that I possibly could to hold on to this stone, and I got really ugly on a lot of these reps. But in training, I was able to get one, and then I had to redo the tacky towel in my hand, and then I could get another. So this was actually a PR because I've never actually gone for 60 seconds on the stone of steel. So it went pretty well. I can't complain about it. It was good enough for a second place finish. The first place guy got one more than me, and he is a monster who did amazing at Nationals last year, so I am very happy to come in second place in that event to Brian Hersog. He is an amazing competitor, and I'm really looking forward to working with him, moving towards Nationals, and hopefully we'll go to Nationals together and represent the East Coast pretty well. Yeah. Now event number 4 was a keg medley. I cannot tell you the weights of it. And I was wrong. Apparently it was 275, 295, 325, or if we went with the heavier weights, I think it was like 295, 315, 345. It was one of two. They were plenty heavy. That was it. I can tell you the last 2 kegs were definitely both PRs for me. So that went really well, but this was at a point in the competition where everyone was looking for food or sugar or caffeine or something, because we had been competing for a couple hours, and coming into the kegs, we had the kegs and the yoke left, and everyone's legs were just getting filled with cement. So people would start carrying those kegs, and they started out great, but then that lactic acid would just start building up, the fatigue would start setting in, and everyone started like they were running through mud. So when I went on these kegs, I actually felt pretty good with the first one. I carried it up, except I was moving pretty quickly, and my head said, you're just gonna toss this first one over, you don't need to set and lap it. However, as I got closer and closer to that bar, it just seemed to keep rising and getting higher and higher. So I actually ended up lapping the first one, throwing it over, sprinting back, getting the second, and then my legs started setting in with the exhaustion. I kind of hobbled it up to the bar, lapped that, threw it over, got back to the heaviest keg, carried it up, and then had to get some serious mental. Literally, when I was carrying it up there, my brain was going, there is no way, your legs are entirely too tired, you're not gonna be able to load this. But then once I got there and I got it down on my lap, I was like, you have one more big push, get a big belly breath, squeeze this thing, and throw it over the bar. So that actually went pretty well. I was very happy with how the kegs went. I was pretty pumped up at the end. I did not think that anyone was gonna move faster than I did on that. However, they did. I came in second place to Kyle Bixler on that one. Kyle Bixler is a terrific promoter, and I'm actually doing a seminar for him coming up early next month on August 5th. But such a great guy. But he beat me on the kegs by about 2 seconds. So that was a second place finish for me on that event. So I had first place on car deadlift, first place on the Circus dumbbell, second place on stones, second place on kegs, which left the yoke for the last event. Now, going into this, I had every intention of not doing the yoke, because if you guys have listened to my other videos, my foot still needs surgery. It's still in very, very bad condition. But the biggest thing that bothers it is the yoke walk. So I was really hoping that I'd have a big point lead and not even have to do the yoke. However, as time went on, that became more and more of a realization that the yoke was gonna have to get done. So all that I cared about was not hurting myself and just being steady. Just get a steady time. You don't need to go blazing fast or anything like that. So it was 795 pounds, I believe, for the yoke for 100 feet with a turn as fast as possible. There were no distances taken, so if you did not finish that full 100 feet, you zeroed the event. So I knew that I need to finish the event, and you had to get it done in less than 60 seconds, so I knew it had to be faster than that, but I really didn't know. I was not expecting good things at all. So I line up underneath, I get a big belly breath, I stand up, and I'm just thinking, be smooth, be smooth, be smooth, keep your head up, keep your chest up, keep your abs pushed out, just stay braced. So I walked all the way down, and then once I dropped and picked it back up, I decided to start pushing the speed a little bit more. But again, I had already almost secured a first place finish. I just needed to not zero this event and not come in like dead last. So I ended up with a time of 25 seconds. I believe that was my time, but I did come in first place on the yoke as well. Set ended the day with 3 first place finishes and 2 second place finishes, and me coming out on top as the #1 guy. So that was a really, really cool and unexpected experience. But it was a really good day for me. I'm very happy with how I performed. I do feel like I performed to the best of my ability at that time for as little training as I did for this show. So I'm really, really happy with how it went. I do want to thank my fellow competitors. I thought everyone was absolutely amazing. There was great sportsmanship the entire day. I want to thank John Ward. He is the promoter who put on this show. It's the biggest show he's ever put on in the biggest venue. We're at the Convention Center in Baltimore City. That is a place that I never thought that I would have been lifting weights in front of people at. So super, super cool. The show ran super fast. We were all done at like 2 p.m. We started at like 10 a.m. and he got like 100 competitors through at that time. You can't ask for better organization than that. All the judges were fair. All the judges were cool. John, you did an amazing job with this. Thank you very much to Loyal Brand and Bardos, Mike Bardos from Bardos Stone of Steel and Kegs, who both sponsored the event. Guys, you guys did awesome. I really appreciated all the great equipment and all the awesome plaques and everything. This was a very, very special contest for me because Olu flew back from Africa. If you guys do not know Olu just got back from World's Strongest Man. He is Nigeria's strongest man, and he trains at my gym when he's here in the US. So he came back for this competition, was there with us. Really, really cool. And then Zabi is actually leaving this week to go back to Spain for a little while, kind of continue his life over there. And you guys know Zabi from the channel. So this is a really special situation, a special competition, because it was Zabi's first one. Olu flew back from Africa, and then everyone from my gym did so well. We ended up taking home the women's teen class first place. Great job, Rebecca. Elena ended up winning the 120-pound class for the 120-pound women's weight class. The 140-pound weight class, Galen won. Nick won the 200-pound men's class. I won the heavyweight. And then most of our other competitors still placed second or third. It was absolutely insane. Just a terrific showing for Never Say It, and I'm super proud of all of your performances, but I'm even more super proud that you guys just made that room better for being in there. All of you were super positive and super encouraging to everyone around you. You guys gave it all. You left it all out there on the floor, and I am just blown away. So I especially want to thank my entire gym family. I also want to thank my other family, my real family. I just thank you guys for just videotaping everything and being positive and being a voice in my head when I didn't want to do anymore. It was so cool. I thank you guys so much. I thank Mark Bell for the awesome sleeves and straps and just hooking me up with that stuff for the competition. Man, I am just blown away. I couldn't be happier with how it all went. And finally, I just again want to thank my wife, Elena, who took home that 120-pound women's class. Absolutely astounding performance from you, but especially for putting up with all the stress that I'm under with everything going on. I just thank you so much. I could not do what I do without you. I'm truly living a life of my dreams, and I have you to thank for it. So, where do we go from here? Well, my foot's really not that beat up after those kegs or that yoke walk, so I am thinking in 2 weeks there is another contest. Now, my body, I will say I full-blown have CNS fatigue right now. I feel like I have the flu. It is not cool at all. That's why my energy is so low. Standing seems like work right now. I just want to sit down. But if everything goes well, then I'm probably going to sign up for another competition that is actually 2 Saturdays away on the 29th and just try to do that, because that may place me in a situation that may allow me to get an invite to United States Strongman Nationals coming up in July. So I may try to do that show, but 2 weeks is not a big turnaround, especially when your body feels like it just got trampled by a bunch of angry rhinoceroses. Rhinoceri? What is the plural of rhinoceros? Rhinoceroses? Anyway, but I'll be letting you guys know about that as I heal up. I am doing a video this week, hopefully for Omar's channel. Just a little bit of collaboration there where I'm just doing a video for his channel. That is gonna be coming up this week. I'm sure I'm going to put out another one of the cheat sheets this week, hopefully for an overhead press or a deadlift movement. We will see what happens, because I kind of need to play a little bit of catch up because I took a good bit of last week off because of the competition. If you guys ordered a program and it wasn't within a day or two, you should have your programs by now. If you do not, email me because something has gone terribly wrong. But hopefully I will be catching up with you guys again before the end of the week. I thank you guys so much for all your support, all the kind words, everything that you guys said. For those of you who showed up at the competition to support me, blown away, guys. Just absolutely amazing. I will see you later in the week, but until I do, go out, do something amazing, realize, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. And I'll see you then.
Brian, how does it feel to be a fat kid winner?